Good morning. Well, I want to welcome all of you that are here and everybody that's on our worldwide online community to Unity Spiritual Center Spokane. As our mission states, we are a vibrant community growing through spiritual practices and love. I'm Jeff Hutter, and I will be your platform assistant this morning. If everyone could please silence your cell phones, it would be much appreciated. Thank you. As always, we want to begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. Together, there's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle. One presence, one power, one life, living through and as each one of us. This New Year's Eve morning, Reverend Bonnie will be leading us in saying goodbye to 2023 and engage in a letting go ritual. You can see there's some pails of dirt up here and some shovels, so it looks like we're going to be doing a little farming today or gardening at least. Our music today is provided by Lauren Jameson Davis. That will be followed by Al Konigsfeld with a reading and opening prayer. But first, our song leaders, Rick and Jim, will start us off with a song.
And being the first Sunday in January, Scott has selected a new congregational song. It's called We Let It Be. Let the grace
Today's reading, the last day of the year, will be a series of poems written by mystics. The first is from St. Catherine of Siena. If you cried in heaven, everyone would laugh, for they would know that you were just kidding. The second is from Hafiz, the Persian poet, entitled Two Giant Fat People. God and I have become like two giant fat people living in a tiny boat. We keep bumping into each other and laughing. And lastly, from St. Teresa of Avila, entitled Not Yet Tickled. How did these priests ever get so serious to preach all that gloom? I don't think God has tickled them yet. Beloved, hurry. Let us close our eyes together and take a moment of silence before entering into prayer. There is one life, one presence, one joy, one love in the universe. And we are it in physical form. God the good said, "Let there be." And each of us took form. And he looked at his work and declared it good. Today we remember who we are as power and presence within us is welcomed outward to rise and to own this divine self that is through us. God the good is not a separate energy. It is you. It is me. Today is the last day of 2023. We sit together in ownership of this good. We sit in prayer together, willing to grow more into the presence and the presence that we are. We are willing to listen with the ears of God, to see with the eyes of God, to intuit with our senses that God is good, God the good is within us, between us, amongst us, and here right now. As this is true, we set our intention today to love more fully, to be the place where God emanates through us, to be willing to grow in faith, substance, and love, that we may be reflected radiant light in this universe right now. I bless this service today. I know that we come together with great anticipation of God's good. I bless everyone in the center, seated, walking around, knowing that the presence is right here where we are. I bless each and every person joining us online, knowing that their radiance is felt from wherever they are. In this sanctuary, as there is no space in God. I put my faith in this, I put my joy in this, I celebrate all of this, and so it is. Amen.
exactly 12 o'clock that night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you'll receive. But in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock that night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you'll receive. But in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve.
Wow, I love that. That is so fantastic. Thank you so much, Lauren. You owned the stage. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of, this is old school, very old school, 1970s old school. It reminds me of watching the Partridge Family. When the Partridge Family would all have a meal together and then they'd run out to the garage and practice. Don't you think of that as the Jamesons now? That they're having dinner and then it's practice time and so thank you for the talent in your family. It's absolutely fantastic. And welcome to the last service of the year here in 2023. Whether you're here in person or online, you are welcome here. And Julian, we aren't getting the TV here. I don't know if that's necessary for being online, but just to let you know that that's not up and going. So when you walked in the room, you should have received a piece of compostable paper with seed in it. And if you didn't, raise your hand and we will get you one. And for those of you online, now is the time to run to your bathroom and grab sheets of toilet paper. And this works just as well. You're going to write your words throughout the service on toilet paper that you will then flush at the end. So everyone can play today. All right. So today we're going to let go of things and habits that have kept us in 2023 from living our real, true, authentic God self, real with a capital R. So before we begin, I want to remind us that you and I are the divine presence. There's only one substance in this universe, and that is God. And God, and you can say source, you can use whatever word works for you. I today like the word God. So that one substance takes form as everything that we see. And so each one of us is this divine presence that has taken form as a human being at this time in human history. And throughout our lives, we stop to take assessment as to how fully are we remembering who we really are and living from that space and place. So today is one of those days where we remember that we are that divine presence, but we're also going to take note of where we may have forgotten that, so that as we step into 2024, we can embody more of the presence that we are, right? Perfect. So the Albert Einstein quote here, that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. So I'm going to walk you through 3 different practices relating to shifting form today. You may, on your paper or on your toilet paper at home, want to go ahead and take notes as to, as I speak, what it is that you would like to release from 2023 for going into 2024. So as I sat in meditation, what I came to realize is 3 things. The first is that we can only let go of things. We can only let go of real, tangible things. I can let go of this pen. I can let go of clothes that I have at home in my closet. I can move those along. I can let go of things. And that habits I can't let go of, but I can replace them. So I can replace the habit of overeating with consciously being awake to the food going in my mouth and stopping when I'm full. I can replace the habit, if I'm a smoker, of not smoking by when I have an urge walking around the block. So I can replace habits with other habits. And then lastly, what gets transformed, which is the energy that Einstein spoke of, was our thought emotions. And I wish there was one word for the 2 of those, because they go hand in hand. You can't have an emotion without a thought. You can have a feeling without a thought. You can't have an emotion without a thought. I have to think that that you're trying to take advantage of me for me to emote fear or to emote sadness. So there is a thought and an emotion, and sometimes our emotion shows itself before our thought does, but they are like, as my grandma would say, salt and pepper that you pass together on the table. Emotions go together with thought, and thought goes together with emotions. So they can only be transformed. So we're going to do some transformation work today. So let's start with looking at letting go of things. So is there anything that you would like to let go of this year? And I made a list here. This is time for you just to close your eyes and just think for a moment. Is there anything that you would like to let go of this year? It could be clothes that you haven't worn. It could be an old collection of something. It could be artwork that no longer suits you. It could be excessive stuff. Just note if there's anything or things that you wish to let go of as you go into 2024. And notice when they pop up, if there is a location for which they are to go. So one of you shared with me that you moved out of a house and into an apartment, and so you gave tools to someone who lived in a house. So when you're looking at, okay, I have excess clothes, I have excess whatever, where do they go? And just take a moment and make a note. All right, and let's move on to habits. So here's a quote from the great Reverend Bonnie. That is, that all personal growth is a creation of a new identity through the changing of habits. So each of us lives our God self through a filter of what we believe, what our values are, and what our habits are. If we change any one of those, we change our identity. And when we change our identity, we show up different in the world. And that sounds really easy, and it can be extraordinarily challenging. As we change our identity, as we drop who we once were and step into who we are now, there can be some grieving, there can be some feelings that are really uncomfortable. And part of maturing emotionally and spiritually is to allow ourselves to feel uncomfortable an awful lot of the time. So, observation, habits are changed through replacement. The only way a smoker can stop smoking is to leave the identity of a smoker and become the identity of a non-smoker. So someone just doesn't give up cigarettes, they actually become a non-smoker. Someone doesn't just give up excess weight on their body, somebody actually becomes a thin person. And all of those have with them a different identity. And there was a time in the 1990s where part of my work was I was trained from a Buddhist monk to be a hypnotherapist. I went to 2 years of school with him. It was wonderful. And what I learned is that a non-smoker doesn't just get hypnotized and quit smoking. Literally, their entire environment and way they behave has to change. So it may look like they rearrange their furniture so when they walk in their house, they realize they're a new person walking in the house. Before they gave up the process of smoking, we would sit down and say, let's walk through a typical day, and now let's change the pattern of the day, because the new person doesn't go outside and have a cigarette with a buddy. The new person goes to their car and reads a book for a break. The new person walks around the block for a break. Guess what? Sometimes friendships are changed. The old friends used to get together and sit and smoke up a storm, and then when that's not your identity anymore, you don't share that in common. So then it becomes, oh goodness, now I have a new environment, a new group of friends who I interact with, and what do I interact around? So the idea of changing a habit is the idea of changing an identity, and changing an identity will be what we do next week with our white rock ceremony, where we're going to choose a word to grow into. And as we become more of that, we become less of our earthbound self. So this is all about identity change. So I want to share with you some radical identity changes. And one is, I'm going to not use this font again because it's hard for me to see, but one is going from being single to being married, and then from being married to being single again. Any one of those changes is a change of identity on how you show up in the world and how you behave in the world. And those are significant changes. We have people who work for a paycheck, and then we have people who leave working for a paycheck to do their life's work. And those are different human beings that are doing that. We have someone who is unemployed to becoming employed to then becoming retired, all different identities of self. We have a substance user who becomes a clean person. We have a person living in form, thinking the world is their reality, to listening to their soul and recognizing that they are spirit and form, and their life completely changes and shifts. So people make these changes every single entire day, and they're hard, but they can be done, and all of you have done at least one of these, I imagine. And so you know how uncomfortable it was to make a shift, but you also know that within you is a power and a presence that can and will change. So this is the time of year where we sit and we say, what am I letting go of? Because next week we're going to embrace something new. So here's some ideas of habits that you might want to write down on your paper. Gossiping, you might want to replace that one. Inactivity, listening to others instead of following your own inner guidance. Investing in or feeding self-doubt. Overspending, hoarding, thinking small, being late, giving opinions freely. Ooh, I got a laugh out of that one. Overeating, going to bed late, cutting people off when they speak. There's a whole bunch of habits, so just take a moment and look inside of yourself and recognize if there's a habit that you would like to write down on your paper today to have recycled. All right. So the real life is a life lived outside of our comfort zone. Real meaning the life of spirit. Real meaning the only thing that is. And this past week, I attended a luncheon with some friends, and one of the ladies asked how my grandson James is doing. And another lady who was there who goes to church says, oh my gosh, he sang a solo after church in a kids program, and he was fabulous. And I said, well, I happen to have that video on my phone. And so I shared that, and then the church lady said, afterward, he ran and hid. And I said, oh my gosh, that sounds like having a vulnerability hangover. And that's what Brene Brown talks about in her infamous work. When we get outside of our comfort zone so significantly and we're witnessed, the feelings that we have in our body are so icky that we just want to run and hide. And I share that with the table, and the lady sitting next to me said, that's why I stopped going out of my comfort zone decades ago. I can't stand the feeling of it. So there is no right and wrong on how we choose to live our lives, but if we choose to live our lives from a place that we're not comfortable with right now, we will experience icky feelings. We may want to run and hide like sweet baby James did. We might just want to go, I'm out of here. And so be aware that emotions, that those feelings in our bodies never killed anybody. You can live them. There is a power within you, a presence within you, a love within you that is greater than any discomfort your body can ever feel. And when that discomfort comes up, our opportunity is to invite our higher self forward to sit with us so that it can dissipate more quickly. So now we're going to go, we just did things we're going to let go of and habits, and now we're going to practice transforming energy together. And this past Wednesday and Thursday, I spent the day in prayer and fasting. And when I take those times and do that, at night when I go to sleep, I often, when I close my eyes, just see blankets of light. And it's hard to sleep because there's so much light inside of my head that it's hard to fall asleep. So it was Thursday night, and I'm in bed with my eyes closed and this big, huge, beach-sized sun just hanging out in my head. And up bubbled this prayer that I used to do in the 1990s. And I was like, thank you, God, because it was for us today. This prayer was created by Reverend Marcia Sutton, who is no longer with us. She was really big at making prayers where we moved our bodies, because our memories are held in the cells of our bodies and in the field around us. So when we move our bodies in prayer, we can have a different response than when we sit still. So if you're able, I'd like you to stand up. And we're going to do some praying together before we dig. All right. This is called the posture prayer. And it goes like this. We're going to start with both hands on our heart, and to the left, I release my belief in. To the right, I release my need to. Then we raise our hands up. I am grateful that God is the love I am, or whatever the God quality is that we're going to use. So we're going to do 6 or 7 of these together, and when you go home today, you're welcome to do them for as long as you'd like, and they're really lovely to incorporate in your spiritual practice. So these come from clients, myself, and friends. All right, to the left, I release my belief in stress. I release my need to worry. I am grateful that God's the peace I am. Now, what we recognize is stress is a real thing in the world. So we're taking our attention from the world, as you see, and going to the I am consciousness that we are. So let's do that again. I release my belief in stress. I release my need to worry. I am grateful God is the peace I am. I release my belief in overwhelm. I release my need to withdraw. I am grateful God is the life force I am. I release my belief in domination. I release my need to bully. I am grateful God is the love I am. I release my belief in lack. I release my need to withhold. I am grateful God is the abundance I am. I release my belief in division. I release my need to judge. I am grateful God is the truth I am. I release my belief in fatigue. I release my need to measure energy. I am grateful God is the creator I am. Oh, that did not work. Is there one more? Yep. No, there isn't. Okay, so follow me. This is going to be same old, and my need to hold on. I release my belief in same old. I release my need to hold on. I am grateful God is the newness I am. One more time. I release my belief in same old. I release my need to hold on. I am grateful God is the newness I am. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. I invite you to bring that into part of your prayer practice. We can call it prayer yoga. We can give it whatever name we want. But it's a posture prayer written by Reverend Marcia Sutton. So I am going to play 2 songs with a little push of my button and the video behind us. While I do, we'll take a minute or so for you to finish filling out what on your paper it is that you would like to let go of for 2023. Then what will happen is Deanna will come forward first, and she will bury in one of these 4 buckets her paper that has a seed in it. And that seed, of course, come springtime, will end up making a plant. So one of the things that I have learned is that what the earth has taught me is that any time that we experience what we call doo-doo, it can be used in our flower beds to enrich the soil to create beauty. So everything is used by God for its highest good. So we are going to take and write on our paper our doo-doo. We're going to write on our paper that which we wish to outgrow. We're going to write on our paper anything that we ourselves would like to forgive. And we then will come and we will plant it in this planter. Come springtime, what we have planted will turn into beautiful flowers. For God uses everything for its highest good. So Deanna will come, and Deanna will bury hers, and then she will go aisle by aisle so you can see her. When it's your aisle's turn, you're going to go inward to the center and come forward. And then she'll go to the next aisle, inward to the center and come forward all the way until we're done. Does that make sense? Okay, and those of you at home, you could just be writing on those toilet papers and going to the toilet and flush one at a time. I've done that this week too. All right, so Deanna, why don't you give yourself 30 seconds or so, finish doing what is yours to do, and then once you get up, you start the process.
Things are just too much, and I'm holding on so tight. I wanna just relax, give up without a fight. I long to feel that sweet release, so I turn within and pray. And stop, take a breath, relax, surrender, trust. Say, let it go, 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 let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is a time for me to let go of the shame. The past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. Said I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender, yes I do. No, I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for my change.
Wow, that's Charles Holt, and during my spiritual practices, I probably have played that 2,000 times. Is that if there's something, everything's energy, and if there's something stuck and you just need to pry it out, Charles Holt, I'm ready for a change. It's called I Forgive Me. But oh my gosh, I just put that on repeat and repeat and repeat. And I pretend I have Lauren's voice and I sing it across my house. All right. So let's go ahead and let's close our eyes together. And let's just recognize that at any moment of any day, that we could call forth the change of believing that we are from this world to the truth or the reality that we are made of God stuff. At any moment we can change. At any moment we can say, I am of God, and therefore I see you standing in front of me as whole. I am of infinite stuff, and therefore I see myself as the love that I have to be. We can say, I am of that good God love stuff, And therefore, any situation that I meet can be blessed because I know who I am. And so how lovely it is that at this moment we get to begin again. We close out 2023 as a spectacular year, as whatever adjective you give it, a crazy year, a drawn out year, whatever it was for you, that is coming to a close and the new is starting to emerge. Today we end the year 2023 and everything we loved in it, and every activity from it, and anything related to 2023 is made new in this moment. For the reality is that we end and begin every single moment when we're awake to it. But this time of the year we stop and say, I remember who I am and whose I am, and I let go of anything unlike it. And so I bless the fertilizer that's in this soil. I bless it because it comes from each one of us here today, and each one of us is a worthy presence of the good of God. And that fertilizer will be used in order to create flowers that visit us in the spring with their own magnificence. Good begets good, begets good, begets good. And so I bless each one of us here. I bless each one of us as we close out this year. I bless our closing, our giving, our change. And I know that as we go forward, we do so from a new space within ourselves because we have claimed that that is our intent. And so for this and each one of us here, I do give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
Places I've never been. Rome, California, Paris, Berlin. I wanna see things that I've never seen. Quietly happy and live by the sea. They say don't go out, don't get lost in the dark, don't go in too deep, don't swim out too far. They say don't grow up, don't grow up too fast, 'cause I feel it all and I need to live a little at last. stay out all night, say hello to the dawn. Creep back to bed, they'll never know I was gone. Write songs through the day, be alone with my thoughts. Spend time with the ones that I've always adored. They say don't go out, don't get lost in the dark. Don't go in too deep, don't swim out too far. They say don't go up, don't go up too fast. 'Cause I feel it all and I need to live a little at last. Make my own mistakes, follow this unruly heart. I'm not afraid, I will let down my guard. They say don't go out, don't get lost in the dark. Don't go in too deep, don't swim out too far. They say don't go out, don't grow up too fast. 'Cause I feel it all and I need to live a little at last.
Thank you, Lauren and Scott. And it is in the dark that we're told not where to go, where we find all the good stuff. It's where we find the mystery, where God lives and moves and has its being. Thank you, Lauren. That was perfect. Thank you, Scott. All right, it's now our time to give, and it's the last opportunity you have to give in 2023. So if you feel so inspired, go inside and just take a moment and ask yourself what it is that you're to give, how much you are to give to this beautiful community, that we may continue to grow and expand and deliver services to those who feel called to it. All right, so let's take a moment and take our gift in our hands and say our blessing together. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne will take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, and surely
Don't go anywhere. Can you sing that last verse so we can sing it with you? Yes. Thank you.
And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give a hand to thine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all things thine, for all things thine, my dear, for all things thine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all things thine.
Woo. All right. Let's see who can get up here quick to pray with me. All right. I get one Rick. I like it. And one Sally and one Jim. All right. And all of us together, let's stand if we're able. Open our hearts even wider. Project our hands out. Feel the energy moving from our hearts through our hands as we bless the money that has been given today and through all of the various bank accounts throughout the world that have made their way to Unity Spiritual Center Spokane. So right here and right now, we just give thanks for the end of 2023, and we give thanks for the generosity in the hearts of those that we share this space and this place with. We give thanks for the people online who give and for those here, knowing that it is in giving that we receive and that we can only know that we have by giving something away. And so I give thanks that that which has been given is multiplied. It is multiplied here at the center, where money, the energy of it, finds its friends and its relatives and grows and makes a little house and gets all happy and circulates. And for each and every person who gave money today, that same happens, that in the giving, so too is the receiving. For we know that God, the good, is always blessing each one of us. And for the tithe, the gift, and the offering, we give thanks, and we say together, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
We're at that point where we read our unity statement together. Ready? Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for news in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power, one presence, and one life. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your personal journey of transformation, we want you to know you're welcome here. That goes for all of you in TV land too. We're very glad that you're here today. If there's anybody here for the first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, we'd like to acknowledge you with a small packet that has some information in it. Plus, it has a free coupon for a drink at our barista stand. Is there anybody here for the first time today? Welcome. Nice to have you here. Oh, another one. Thank you. All right. We love to see those hands. You're very welcome here. We're so happy you're here today. And for those of you that are joining us online and new to our ministry, we encourage you to sign up for our e-newsletter and more about, because it'll tell you more about our workshops, our classes, all the activities. You can go to the website and find it and sign up for it. We'd also like to contact you through social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us. And thank you all for being here today. What a wonderful service. Our chaplains today are Diane and Steve, who have been holding the service in prayer for us today. Diane will be available to pray with you immediately following the service. So if you have something heavy on your heart or a joy you want to share, or you just want some prayer time with a chaplain, please come up and see Diane. And thank you, chaplains, for your service today. We'd like to encourage anyone who needs prayer support to please fill out a prayer request that's in the seat pocket in front of you and place it in one of our prayer boxes. There's one at the back of the sanctuary, there's one in the atrium. And those will be prayed over here by our chaplains for 30 days and also sent on to Silent Unity where they will pray for them for 30 days. And there's a form on our website. Just go to Spokane Unity, anyway, go to our website and click on the button and the form will come up and you can fill the form out. Thank you. And now it's time for news you can use from our very own Deanna.
I feel like there should be clapping and cheering, or at least not silence. I was afraid you weren't excited to hear from me, which was concerning. First, before I start with the slides, I want to give everyone a quick save the date. So you'll see it in e-news this week, but I'd love for you to keep in mind February 9th, we're going to have a Valentine's concert. And so I'd love for all of you to keep that in mind and put it in your calendar and plan to be here. More information coming soon, but Pamela Benton will be the musician that'll be here. So with that, we have midday meditations will be starting up again. They're going to be still on Tuesdays. They'll be at noon in the chapel. No need to sign up. You can just show up, and it will start this Tuesday, January 2nd. Then I would love for you to sign up and attend Reverend Bonnie's workshop she has coming up. It's an extension of our White Stone ceremony that we have next Sunday. It's on Saturday, January 13th, and it's from 10 to 3 p.m., probably in the chapel as well. And it'll be a great opportunity for you to really own the word that you choose next Sunday and for you to go deeper with it and to really move past and figure out, how do I incorporate this into my year? And she's really going to help you do that. So I really encourage all of you to sign up for that workshop. And of course, we have, there's Reverend Bonnie's. And then we have Reverend David's workshop coming up, or his series coming up, Delve into the 12, which is going into our 12 Powers of Unity. There is a book that you'll want to get, which you will get an email about when you sign up. I encourage all of you to sign up. It starts on Thursdays. January 18th is the first one, and it's going to be during the day in the chapel. If you have questions about any of that, you can come see me in the store after the service.
She's so sparkly today. I love it. All right, it's time for our kids. So let's welcome them in by singing Walking in the Light. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God.
In the light, 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 in the light of God. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God.
Wow. Welcome. How are you all? Last day of the year, isn't it? All right, let's warm our hands up and bless these wonderful children, and especially bless the adults that work with them. We really appreciate that. It is a gift well worth giving. Together, be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, Happy New Year's, everybody. Find the people that brought you. Yes. Someone's happy. I like that. All right, let's all say the prayer of protection, and then we will stand. Well, we can stand now for the prayer of protection, and then we'll sing the peace song. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth. Okay. Thank you.